Hey guys, how's it going? This is Mike from M&R Automotive. Today we're installing a custom Ford Raptor Style Grille onto the Ford Bronco. This grille features 3 amber LEDs up top, and you can customize the text that's going to be plasma cut onto the grille. First thing we're going to do is actually remove the factory grille from the Bronco. First thing we're going to do is remove the top push pins. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the 9th one for the intake in order to lift the top cover, and we have access to the bolts that are holding the grille down. Next thing we're going to do is remove the 4 10mm bolts that are holding the grille to the subframe. So on this model, we're going to have to disconnect the harness for the camera as well as the water line. So just press in on this tab and pull it out. And for the water line, squeeze it and separate it. Now, since we've loosened up the top, all we're doing is just prying the sides open, and it just clips. See, I'm gonna do this side. Let's go to the driver's side. Feel free to put your fingers in between and just pry against the vehicle. Now, we're ready to take the grille completely off. Because this Raptor style grille has amber marker lights that function as DRL, we're going to go ahead and connect them with a supplied wiring harness. And it is just a click and collect connection. That's 1, that's 2, and that's 3. Now that we've taken off the factory grille and we have the replacement grille side by side, we're going to transfer over a couple things. One being the camera itself. We're going to swap it over. So the assembly itself is held on 3 Torx screws. And there's one more here. I got the 3 bolts off. Let's go ahead and unclip these. You can just pry it with a screwdriver or a prying tool. And then we're going to actually take this and transfer it over onto our replacement grille. Next thing we're going to do is transfer over this back plate, and in order to transfer it over and remove it, we have to take off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bolts. Now we can lift this up and put it onto the replacement grille. Now we're going to go ahead and replay and reinstall the same assembly that we've taken out from the factory grille. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is install the camera that we've taken out in the previous step. Now that we've transferred over the back plate of the grill from the original grill, as well as the camera component, let's go ahead and install these clips. They're gonna go on the tabs. These clips are included with the grill itself. Now that the assembly is complete, we can go ahead and reinstall it back into the Bronco. Please follow reverse steps of how we removed the grill originally in order to buckle it back up and get ready for wiring. Now it's time for wiring. The grill comes with 3 Raptor style amber marker lights. If you remember the wiring harness that we connected behind for the 3 amber marker lights, there's also an end piece that is a fuse tap. What you do, you just connect these together, slide the plastic over, and we're gonna get power from the fuse box in order to give DRL capability for the grill. So now we're at the fuse box in order to install the fuse tap. If you wish, you can use your auxiliary switches to provide power for the DRLs, or if you want them to come on automatically with the DRL lights on the vehicle, you got to tap it into the fuse. Based on the instructions, there is a picture of which fuse we're going to be using. We're going to go ahead and remove this fuse. Insert the T-tap in the space where that fuse was originally located. So the last thing we need to connect is the ground from the harness. We're going to come to the negative side of the battery. So now that we installed and replaced the fuse tap onto that 5 amp fuse and we got the ground connected, let's go ahead and check to make sure everything's properly working. Oh, it looks awesome. As you can see, the 3 amber marker lights are on. These are perfectly legal to drive on the street, and it definitely makes your Bronco stand out. Thanks for watching, and I hope you like the M&R custom grill.